Welcome to Georgian Bay. Hey everyone, it's the Brown Noser. I'm at Killarney Provincial Park near Georgian Bay on a really, really hot weekend. I can't think of a better place to be. Killarney Provincial Park is just over 6 hours west of Ottawa and just south of Sudbury along the northern shores of Georgian Bay. Our campsite was located in a quiet area of the park near the Cranberry Bog trailhead and close to the beach on George Lake. After we set up camp, we made the short drive to Chickanishing Trail, which led us to a beautiful spot that overlooks Georgian Bay. From here, we watched the sunset before making our way back to the car and back to camp. We decided to call it a night and get some rest because the next day was going to be a long one. So we are just about to head out into Georgian Bay for a day of kayaking, probably around Fox Island. It's called Phillip Island. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. There's just a bit of a wind right now. Let's go explore. It was hard to tell how many islands we passed as we paddled southeast, sticking relatively close to Phillip Edward Island. Many of these islands were only a few square meters in size and barely jutted above the surface of the water. They were easy to miss. Could they even be considered islands? I decided to stop on one of the tiny islands that was actually marked on the map, just east of Sly Fox Island, and didn't appear to have a name, so I gave it one myself. Folks, welcome to Brown Noser Island. On we go. We paddled east of Brown Noser Island until we came to Martin's Island, where we decided we would stop for lunch. We entered a small inlet and looked for a place where we could pull in and shelter from the wind, which had picked up a little since we had first set out. What do you say, we put our kayaks in right here and go explore? There looks like there's a clearing right there. There wasn't much further that I can go. There's a fallen tree and a lot of bush, so it's not an easy route, so we're gonna go find somewhere else. Having found no easy way to access the island from the inlet, we paddled back out and settled for the point, which was wide open to the elements, but had a really cool feature. We ate our lunch by what looked like to be a naturally formed tub, though the water was quite cold. But that didn't stop us from having a little soak.
That's cold. Okay, so Georgian Bay is cold, but on a hot day like this, you get used to it after your heart slows down. I also belong to this nice little island, but we're going to explore around some of the more islands before we head back. Let's keep going. So we returned to camp, had a little drink, a little rest, and now we're going to go check out a trail. It's the Cranberry Bog Trail.
Cranberry Bog Trail is a 3-kilometer loop that is relatively easy, though there are a few climbs and descents. It's certainly not a trail to take with a stroller full of kids.
I would hate to imagine what it's like in the city right now, because here in the woods, it's hot and humid. We chose the right weekend to escape.
We must have made a wrong turn at some point and hooked up with the Cloche Silhouette East Trail, because we walked for much longer than the 3K that we had anticipated. The trail also became a little more challenging with some steep climbing. But when we finally reached the trailhead, we were practically across from our campsite.
Whew. Good job.
Whew. All right, I'm hungry now.
Oh yeah.
Let's eat.
Okay.
After a hearty dinner and a sunset dip in George Lake, we enjoyed a cozy fire before calling it a day.
Good morning, welcome to day 3. We are just a very short walk away from our campsite, and I am on George Lake, and we're going to paddle around. There's a dam supposedly somewhere around here, so we're going to check it out. But we're also going to just kind of go around the circumference of the lake just to see, because as you can see across from me, some of the rock formations are just beautiful. So let's go take those in. Not much wind to speak of this morning. As you can see, the lake is quite flat.
As we carried my kayak along the portage, someone thought I was transporting her kayak for her. I joked that hers was next. She has good taste in kayaks.
Alright, so we're leaving our kayaks behind. We're going to walk and go see some falls.
Yeah.
Stopped here to have a little snack, take a few photographs, and then we're gonna head back, have lunch.
We decided to drive into the town of Killarney, where we had fish and chips at a popular chain restaurant. We ate at the picnic tables at the back and watched the boats and other craft move up and down the harbor. After we ate, we wandered the town and took a trail that followed the bay to a lighthouse where Georgian Bay opened up before us. was another great day. We slept well on our final night.
Good morning. It's our final morning here. We have decided to go back into Georgian Bay and work our way to Killarney, where there is a lighthouse that I took pictures of and video of that you've already seen. But now we're just going to see if we can approach it from the bay. So we have just a change of plan. We had planned to paddle to the lighthouse in Killarney, but once we got to the lighthouse that was on this rock and we could see the distance where there's some radio towers, it's far. We could probably make it there, but then we would be rushed to get back to our camp because we have to tear down. We're heading out today and we don't want to be stressed. We don't want to be exhausted. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way toward the shoreline. We're going to paddle around a bit, see what we can see. I just wanted to remind you that if you like these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe. From out on Georgian Bay in beautiful, beautiful Ontario. This is the Brown Noser. We'll see you next time.